Hey guys, and welcome to another mod spotlight. Let's get started with our first mod, detailed unemployment. So right here, right under your regular population, you usually see unemployment, but now you can see all of your stuff. You can see the uneducated, the educated, the well-educated, highly educated. It breaks down everything, and it tells you where it's coming from. So that is really nice. The next mod we have is a roads mod. And it is called the Protractor mod. As you can see, you see the amount of cells the road you're drawing is, as well as the angle right up here. If you look here, it will tell you the angle of that road compared to the one you're drawing from. Now, of course, if you're drawing out of nowhere, it's not going to tell you the angle, but it'll still tell you the distance. So if you're a more creative person than me, which is not really hard to do, you'll be able to create really cool designs or really accurately represented roads in this matter. Okay guys, the next mod I want to show you is the Fine Road Heights mod. So normally you have 3 levels, but now you have your default. You have, I believe, like one slightly higher, then you have another one higher, and I think there's one between the two. Yeah, so you have like one with the elevation just raised a little bit, one more. And as you can see, I have a lot of control in levels. So this allows me to have a really nice multi-level road system, far more complicated than the basic one. Which actually brings us to the next mod, which is the removal of pillars. So by default, if I have a, let's get a taller road, if I have this road, it has pillars. So that means if I want to have anything gridded here or roads going through here, it's kind of a pain. Well, now I can turn on floating, and bam, no pillars. You can run roads under here, it's not going to get in the way. The issue then becomes is sometimes you want to have these also, let's see, right there. See, like it won't let you do it, so that's what this option for is. You can set it from collide to overlap. And now you really can use the 2 mods together and make like roads that are way too close to be actual proper roads. But I've actually not tried it one on top of the other, but it could work. Maybe cars will still drive that way. So these 2 mods together is going to have a lot of control. And you also have the option to have the pillars on the sides versus in the middle, which is actually really nice and pretty, and you can have probably a small road going down the middle. Let's actually try that right now and see if it'll fit. Go ahead, drop it all the way down. Let's see. Will it work? Yep, it works. It is a little awkward, but you can put it there. So, oh, that's probably because it's an overlap. If it wasn't collide, it probably wouldn't let me do it. But, you know, you get the point. And the last mod I want to cover, it's a short mod spotlight. This one's really cool. And that is the PostProcess effects control UI. So I have option to set my keybind, bloom, anti-aliasing, and motion blur. So if I go somewhere like here, and let me get out of this view so you can actually just see the entire place. That looks pretty good. So now I can change the bloom, really get the bloom going, change like the threshold, change the lens flares, do like lens flare width. Look at that lens flare. You have a lot of control just for bloom. Then you have anti-aliasing. You have different kinds of anti-aliasing. Some anti-aliasing have control that you can do. Let's see if I can get into a place where there's right there's anti-aliasing. So as I flip through these, you can see the bit of difference between them, and depending on your setup will depend on what kind of settings you want to do. And the last one is motion blur. Motion blur is something people usually have disabled, but if you want, you can go ahead and turn on different kinds of motion blur. So now I have camera motion blur, turn on local blur. I can do like DirectX 11 motion blur. Look at that motion blur. Yeah, it's not going to be something you might want to use. You can tweak it, make it a little less. You can change the max, the minimum. tweak it, and this is really nice. It just gets your stuff looking just that much better. So go ahead and test it out. Anti-aliasing, bloom, and motion blur all into one with good settings. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. There we go. Nope. I rebound the keys for some of our really popular games. If you're not a fan of Dell, now's the chance that you will be after playing their latest hit, Dolphinstein. I have rarely seen such responsive game control, a true joy to play, a stellar effort by Valve. Jorg Longer.